all
Yes.
Swedish
Okay.
people are just PewDiePie with
If
different genders.
Swedish people get to the moon, we will never see them again. They will just like tunnel into the moon. You have a cousin named Aram?
I have a cousin named Aram, yeah.
Like-
It's real nice. He's not named after me, of course. He's named after his grandpa. So,
Okay.
But are you named after your grandpa?
If
Oh,
Aram,
his-
if I ever somehow see your cousin, please point him out so I can do the Aram.
Hey,
Hello, oh Jibby.
how's my audio?
Oh, you're perfect.
Does it sound crisp and smooth?
yeah.
Oh,
it
it's
sounds
very
like
crisp.
it's straight from Walmart. Okay, what are we gonna start with the theories? Simon, okay, hold on. First of all, who's gonna play devil's advocate? Because we can't just pile on
I
to
am
these theories.
I am definitely going to be playing devil's advocate. I could
Okay,
I guarantee I could do well. Just tell me.
Okay,
Wait.
Jobe?
So what exactly do you mean by devil's advocate?
like we could all agree, the Earth is round, but we need to make it interesting. We have to
Make it
have someone
interesting.
that's
We
like,
need somebody to
"But,"
pretend to be dumb.
Oh,
Yes,
well then I
but-
can't do that. I'm too.
Too big
Oh,
brain.
you just heard devil and you thought that was the correct.
Yeah.
Jobe's
Like you heard
big
devil's
brain.
advocate. He's like, oh, I'm already one of
I got
those.
this, boy.
Yeah, because like I got this, bro. What do you need me to do?
You thought you could get rid of me.
Who's that?
Oh,
That voice from the heavens.
Ugh.
It's that.
Oh,
I've returned.
Oh.
no. It can't be. We got rid of him. It cannot be.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. Okay.
Okay, bit's done.
Okay, that's fun.
Alright.
Back
All I wanted to do.
okay,
That's
so
all I wanted to do.
we were gonna head into conspiracy theories.
Cause does Simon know what we did?
I
No.
don't think so.
oh, we talking about the angel girl?
Oh yeah.
Or
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
That got kind of
Name's
stressful.
Timothy.
Okay, shall we let Dustin explain?
Okay, so there I was, barbecue sauce all over my nipples. Basically, I'm just sitting there. I'm waiting for the stripper to come. What's that? Wrong story? So basically, there I am. I'll tell it from my point of view. There I am. I'm sitting. I'm playing my PS4, having a nice time. And suddenly, Simon creates a group chat. Let's see if I can find it.
Wait, you created a group chat without me?
Oh, poor Joby.
Damn, Simon. Is that
Okay,
really how
okay.
it's gonna be?
No.
I didn't mean to, Joby.
You didn't mean to.
I-
You just so
I-
happened to forget me.
I was
You
rushed.
just so
I
you
did.
just so happened to
I
I
forget
forgot
me.
Oscar, too.
He was in distress.
Oscar
He was
doesn't
in
matter as
distress.
much as me, though.
wow.
Dustin, hurry up with the story.
I can't-
We gotta
By the
get
way,
conspiracy.
Today we're sponsored by Chex Mix.
Dang, bro.
Okay, so
I bet you're racist against me, aren't you, Simon?
Oh, Joby, I'm sorry.
You're
Let the
racist
story
against
happen.
Jobies. You're racist
Hey!
against Jobies, aren't
Hey! Hey, Joby.
Joby, I will mute you. I'm not
Hey.
afraid.
Hey,
Why?
I will. I have a gun. I have a gun.
Wait,
The man has a gun.
I have a gun.
God.
Okay.
Oh,
No, I do.
Now, to return to what I was saying, we get a thing from Simon. He just creates this group chat with me, Simon. Well, yeah, Simon's obviously no. There's Simon, me, Brayden, Aram, and I'm not sure who the other three people are.
3 other people?
6 people.
Joby, shut up.
Oh,
Joby's not in
saw
it.
that.
Which he wasn't
Damn.
aware of.
goddamn.
Basically,
Okay, no, wait.
first message that it says from Simon. All of
Oh.
you need to help me.
Wait. Opening
He
the blinds.
sends a picture
Yes, Aram.
of this girl, and he says, "Do any of you recognize this person?" Brayden, he says no. So Simon says through the span of 4 messages, no, ha, ha. Then he goes, ha. People are like kind of confused, and he says in all caps, ha.
Dustin, are you just gonna read the entirety of the group chat?
Yes, no, I won't. But basically,
Okay.
he's like, no, do not respond. For real. When someone says, okay, he's like, no. Like, he's like, you shut your mouth. I'll kill you. They can see what I do. It's another thing he says. Goes down, I need help. His jabs, I'm not sure what that means. Respond, she can see it. So basically, he's being all spooky, and all of us don't understand. Now that's when I get a message. I get a message from a random person. I don't know who they are. I assumed I must have met them on Discord because I kind of go around on Discord and I like to troll some people because that's who I am.
Okay then.
It's the
Continue.
it's the only way. I'm living it up the only way I know how. Okay, so basically, once this group chat, what's not group chat? So I get a message, and it just asks me, "Am I Dustin?" I say, "What do I say?"
Bud?
What do you say, Dustin?
I don't know. I'm kind of it's my throat. I kind of gotta load. Okay, they say, "Hey, Dustin." I say, "Howdy." I asked who this is. They just send the question mark, the emoji, or maybe it was like hail to Hitler. I don't know. Then they just say Dustin Ross question mark. I say no, Dio.
Oh.
But yeah, then I say yeah, that's me. They just say nice. I asked who this is. They say a friend. No, this is so cryptic. It's so cryptic. I don't know what's happening. I respond with impossible. I don't have friends. Then we talk, and then they bring up a little while later, oh, and that you have 2 brothers and a sister, right? And I'm like, what? How does this person?
You sure this isn't you from the future?
I do have 2 brothers and a sister. I also have someone
no.
in the basement. We don't need to talk about them.
Hold on. Wait, no, Justin, stop. How did they know that?
Now,
Wait.
I was very confused as to why someone knew all this stuff about me. But I continued on nonetheless, kept on talking to them. So I messaged my boy Simon. Because my boy Simon also was contacted by someone, obviously. So I probably make things worse for him. And I just say in all caps, whatever you did affected me.
Oh, Dustin. Oh, no. Wait, so hold on.
I swear to God, at that point, I thought it was a hacker.
Wait, no, Justin, how did they know you had 2? Did you tell them that? Because
no, I didn't tell them that. But
Justin, I gave them no personal information.
I know.
So
hey, don't spoil the story. Okay, don't spoil the story.
Sorry.
Cut this part out. No spoiling the story.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Gotta do everything around here. So he just says, "Is she there? Tell me." I respond with, "Why does she know everything about me?" And oh yeah,
my God.
Also, the girl had showed a picture of herself. Like asked what I looked like. I sent a picture because I still assumed it was someone from my school or something. They asked. Then they sent a picture of themselves, and it was the same picture that Simon had sent in the group chat. So I was like, "Ooh, this is going down. Something's going down."
Oh yeah, this is a fresh story for Aram. I forgot. Okay.
I have not heard this.
Then Simon says a no word.
Hey, that's a no word.
Hey,
He
this is a house
says,
of
if
Jesus.
this goes on, I will call the cops. Now keep that last line in your mind. So we keep on talking. We both have no idea what's happening. Simon's panicking. He says what info he knows about her. I say whatever I know. And then we just kind of stop talking. We call each other. And let's see. I think this is where Simon goes to call Brayden, because we were talking to each other, discussing who this was, what was happening.
And can I just say something before we continue? Through all of that, I was out on a walk, and my messages were messing up, so I was getting nothing from anyone. I mean, I think it was the group chats that weren't working, so I didn't know what was happening. And on top of that, I was just not at my house. So let's continue. This is where I come back.
Yeah. So, yeah, Simon calls Brayden, I believe.
Yeah, he called me.
And what's this? What? What do you mean they escaped the dungeon? What?
Oh, well, that's a problem. You need to take 5 to take care of that one, Dustin?
Not take 5.
Dungeon
Take
maintenance
the rest of the day,
time.
apparently. I won't be back for a few hours.
Okay.
What the
Sorry,
end of the
I
story,
gotta go.
Dustin?
I gotta go. I'm
We
sorry.
need to finish it.
It's a story,
I
Dustin.
can't. I know. I really wanted to be the part of the story. But
Dustin.
I have things I gotta do. I'm sorry.
I can finish the story. So, I call Brayden, and I'm freaking out. Like, inside, I'm just dying. And at this point, in my mind, I'm like, this is a hacker who got my information and got Dustin's information through me. And I'm calling Brayden, and I'm like, Brayden, you gotta help me. Use your big brain to help me. And I'm freaking out. Brayden starts laughing, and he's like, I didn't mean for this to go this far. And I'm like, you what? What?
And I didn't know this has gotten bad. I thought it was just lighthearted stuff. And then he calls me upset. I do not know what's going on. Okay, continue.
Oh my god.
And then that night,
Yeah.
for about an hour, I get messages from that person, and they're just like, I'm not a hacker, I'm not a killer, I don't know where he is. I'm just like, I'm going to bed. I'm just tired.
Okay.
But that's
What
the
had
end of the
happened?
story, yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to tell a little bit of backstory on this? Continue?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Because there's also part of this I don't think you know. So what had happened was my friend, the one that texted them, was bored and asked if I had any people they could text. I said, sure. I sent them Jobe, Simon, and I think there was maybe one more. But anyways, they contacted the two. It looked like harmless, oh, I know you, but they didn't.
I know you.
kind of-
That sounds
yeah.
really harmless.
No, and last I saw, I got screenshots, and it was just like, lighthearted guessing games. And I'm like, oh, okay, you do you. So I left. I come back. Simon's just freaking out. And so I felt bad. So what we did was Dustin and I called afterwards. And you remember Dustin said that Simon said, if this goes on any longer, I'm going to call the police. So we just kind of switched that from I'm going to call the police to I called the police. And then that's where it got fun. That proceeded in about an hour of a lot of freaking out. And then her phone locked up. And that was the end of it for the night. So that was a very entertaining ending to something that just...
A very entertaining ending to a very entertaining story.
Yes. And that is the CrunchCast way. Oh, God.
Yes. And now I think we've had a nice introduction. Yeah. Everyone knows each other. We started off a fun little anecdote. So now I think that it's time.
It's conspiracy time.
For our topic today. It's serious time. You have questions, and we have answers. Is the Earth flat?
Some of them.
Now, I used big brain. I used everything that Dr. Getman taught me about physics and conservation of momentum and all that science stuff, and I put it to use here. Now, you see, believe it or not, there are people that think that the Earth is flat. Like today. And I'm here to tell you
everybody knows
the
this,
science. The science behind how this is not possible. No, there's legit a YouTube channel called Globe Busters, and like they upload every Sunday, and I'm
Oh,
not sure if
that's
they're
more
doing it.
consistent than our upload schedule.
I know, right? We'll commend them for
Am I
that.
allowed to talk yet?
Yes,
Yeah,
Joby, you can input.
Sorry, Joby. Yes, you can
Okay.
definitely weigh in.
All right. It's just really simple that it's really simple math that the Earth is round. You know,
Yes,
though
but people.
technically I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. There is a chance that it could sort of alter its shape within the next couple of years or so because
But
scientists have
yes,
said
that
scientists
could be true.
scientists
But it
have
is a
said that
three-dimensional object.
scientists
Wait a
like I
sec.
said scientists have said
Never mind.
that apparently the gravitational force of Earth is starting to lose how much power it has,
Yes. So
and it's starting to
that
lose its
could
gravitational
affect.
force, so it could affect its technical shape. By
But
But that will not make it flat,
it's not it
right?
wouldn't make it flat.
It would
still
still be round. It wouldn't gain a
yeah.
corner.
It'll be roundish.
It'll still be round, but there is
Okay,
a chance
guys,
it could
wait
affect
a
the
second.
shape.
Okay, wait
Yes.
a second.
Aram.
So
This is my
first,
cousin.
Brayden, if you check
This is my cousin.
your
Aram.
email,
Aram, is it? Hold on,
My
hold on.
cousin.
Is that Aram? Aram, is that Aram?
Aram, is that Aram?
Aram, hold on, don't mute.
What shape is the Earth?
Circle! A
You said
circle!
circle. Okay, what shape is the Earth?
No, they're flat earthers. They're flat earthers. No.
By all technical
Yes.
reasons, all right, what would be on the bottom
need to
surface of the
read
Earth? One, where is the magma held? All right, the typical idea of flat earthers is that on the top of the Earth where humans live, and on the other side is just frozen. All right,
Yeah.
that would be
Hey, wait.
actually impossible because both our solar system is too hot and our magma wouldn't be able to cooperate with that, therefore
Yeah.
it would then cause our planet to self-destruct in a matter of a sense. The science behind that is because when you have absolute zero combined with magma, absolute zero always wins. And you know what the space is with no oxygen is it's basically absolute zero in that sense.
Yeah. And I agree with you. And if
Space
Brayden,
is basically absolute zero, and so that would cause our world to self-destruct from the magma in it.
and here's something else that most people don't understand. People are saying that how can water be right next to a vacuum? People's only experience with vacuums are vacuum cleaners. Vacuums don't suck. Vacuums is just an area of space where there is no stuff or next to no stuff. Vacuums don't
there's no
suck.
space. They don't suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
other
if
Well, I mean,
Brayden, if you could,
literal vacuums do suck.
yeah,
But a vacuum, like the vacuum of space.
a vacuum of space, it doesn't suck.
hmm
It just
it
has
doesn't
no
suck.
stuff.
It's literal nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
there's
Brayden,
also
could you, Brayden,
what
if you
side?
check your email, I sent you a few flat Earth models that
Oh, God.
look dumb.
Uh-huh. But
Kid,
you know what I think the world actually looks like?
What?
what?
I think it looks like Dio stand.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's
That's what
just
the world
Dio
is.
stand. Zaweldo.
Good
So,
God.
Lord,
Okay, but think
Just
about this.
just
Think
just
about
my
this.
explanation alone is enough to break it down. And if you need to break it down even further, I can totally do that.
Joby,
Okay.
oh my God. Do you actually have an explanation?
I do generally have an explanation.
Let's hear it.
Okay, if we could,
Okay.
hold on. Yeah.
All right. So here's my explanation. All right. So this has to do with the CO2 currently covering our Earth. Or not CO2, but the oxygen and everything that's preventing the space from just consuming us, right? Well,
Mhm.
gas sits on the very bottom. If you have just a floating plate, gas would sit on the very bottom of it. Well,
Yeah.
if supposedly we have the same exact thing on the other side of this flat Earth, it would be impossible to sum it up
Yeah.
because you know it like you can't have a frozen bottom along with along with gas there because the gas would melt that frozen area, and it would in the same way it would still cause sort of a self-destruction of our Earth. The only
Yeah.
way for our Earth to be perfectly whole and actually function is for it to have a spherical shape, and and you can't just say that every single planet in our solar system is a sphere, and then our Earth is just flat.
So, as you can see, flat earthers' minimal confidence allows them to believe that they are an expert in pretty much all
Hmm.
science. But that's not just it. If we move on
They're pretty much
to
the
move on to
Karens. They're pretty much just Karens
yes,
of vaccines.
Yes.
if
You
we
know,
move on to this model, this attempts to account for the seasons, saying that the sun moves in between the tropics. But that's dumb. It's not even compatible with just looking at it. So see, the yellow and the orange lines are the true tropics. I'm not quite sure what they think the circumference is, but I'm pretty sure that the orange one is smaller than the yellow one. Can I get a second on that?
yes, I can second that.
Okay. So that means one of two things must be true if this model is the true model. Either one, the sun takes a shorter time to go around the Tropic of Cancer than it does to go around the Tropic of Capricorn, which would mean that summer is shorter than winter, which it is not. Or the sun would go slower around the Tropic of Cancer than it would, and faster around the Tropic of Capricorn, which would mean the sun would change speeds throughout the year, which again, it does not. So this model doesn't work. And this is just the seasons. Day and night for the model doesn't even work. So look, down the middle, you have a completely arbitrary and rigidly straight line. That doesn't make sense. How can the light travel from the sun to stop here and travel a completely another distance to stop on the opposite side of the sun? It doesn't work.
Yes, I agree.
And
There's
not
not
only
much
this,
to dispute there.
so I'm done. If anyone would like to dispute my knowledge that I have just given you, please do. Please,
No, you have
please
fair
do.
knowledge.
Is there anyone here who has anything else to add? Any conclusive evidence?
Let's see. Thinking the Earth is flat is small pp energy.
Okay then.
I mean, the only
Now,
way to believe that the Earth is flat is to have like God interfere inside of your plan somehow.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
Yeah,
thing.
and
God doesn't exist.
most people are saying that the Bible says that the earth is flat. And I've
The Bible
looked
doesn't say
through it
the Bible doesn't
and
say
I've
shit on that.
heard it, and nowhere have I found something that says it. The only thing that I've seen that comes close to saying it is where God's talking to like Jacob, and it says he took him to the highest peak and showed him all the kingdoms of the world, which
and then Jesus walked across the flat ocean to the giant ice wall, holding the oceans in place.
but he couldn't go there because NASA was guarding it.
Oh yeah,
So Jesus
that's
had
another
no
point.
choice.
There's one last thing I want to add. So I don't know where it is, but I found the video and someone said, if you think this is a conspiracy, that means every space agency in the world has to be in on this conspiracy, and everyone working in those agencies also has to be in that conspiracy, and everyone that studies space and has telescopes also has to be in on that conspiracy. So you're talking about a massive network of millions upon millions of people.
Well, it's not like it
That,
hasn't happened before, you know.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
yeah.
take the Vietnam War for example, you know.
Wait,
But
hold on.
this
Can you
is
explain that?
more than just propaganda. This is the shape of the freaking Earth.
Are we done with the flat Earth? I feel like there's so
Yes.
much more Okay, so I have a friend that
Unless
has
you
an
want to go on with the
interesting.
conspiracy.
No, we're gonna do more
No, we don't have to.
conspiracies, just not the flat Earth. So I have a
Yeah, I
friend
don't
that
think we
has an
need to do it anymore.
interesting theory about simulations and how this might just be a simulation. So I sent him a little message and I'm like, hey, if you want to explain that conspiracy, just join.
One political conversation later, which was cut out for being severely outdated. Later.
Sir, would you like to present your some of your theories? Boy, I swear to God.
God, finally, I'm out of containment.
Good boy. Okay. Present the theories. Let's hear it.
Yes. Okay. Basically, you guys ever wondered how like physics and all of that good stuff is a bit too perfect?
Yeah.
So
A
like
bit.
what?
Yeah, it works
What?
out a little bit too well.
Yes. So like, how is it that one thing is calculated so perfectly that it can just every single time work perfectly to the point where like it shouldn't even be possible for something to work that well that much?
Well,
Like,
while that is true, I would have to disagree to a certain point. I would have to disagree in the fact that the only reason why physics work is because multiple physicists, you know, they spent an incredibly long time of their life focusing on a single problem, a single equation, or you know, trying to find a simple solution. And that's what they found that works the best. You know, many physicists actually worked, almost, their entire life on
But see,
such simple ideas.
there are certain instances throughout history where
It was proven wrong.
physicists or scientists were together
Hmm.
and a completely different equation got the same exact answer and it still works. So
It still worked.
I don't think it's a matter of things working perfectly all the time. It's a matter of things that work
And
and
how
then
long
things
it
that
took
work
for it to
better.
work.
And
And how long it took for it to work. Yeah.
But then again, things have been proven wrong, so how do we know what's right?
True.
Well, I
That
mean,
is another
a
part.
lot of things have been proven wrong, but you would have to agree that more things have been proven right than wrong. Of course,
Yeah.
That's
if
true.
we were to completely change how some things work, it could, of course, lead to different results, and different answers. But at the same time, they, the likelihood that all of it would lead to the same place is very low.
That's true.
And see,
That's true.
the other part of this, we live in a simulation, is something that can't. It's something that might as well very possibly be true, but it's something that we can't easily prove or disprove
Yeah.
for that fact.
Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
it's like if it's like impossible to disprove, then why would you have to search for an answer for it anyways?
Yeah, and in order to actually create a simulation, by all technical means, we would need a massive amount of energy, you know.
Yeah,
And
and
while that very idea could be a simulation, the fact still remains that we would, you know, always need a massive amount of energy just to create that simulation. Because simulations are an altering of reality, and reality in itself cannot be altered in such ways without having some sort of massive energy source. You would need to be able to have an energy source that's practically infinite, in order to sustain such a change in reality.
Well, then again, there are perpetual motion machines that not
Yeah.
only run
No. Hold on.
forever but
I
power
don't-
themselves.
I don't think there's any perpetual motion machine that can actually power itself for an extended period of time, right?
Hmm.
Unless there's like
As far
exotic matter.
Yeah, as far as I know,
it's-
like there's
It's not.
nothing that
Well, there's
can power
not. The thing is, it's not forever. It can power itself for a certain amount of time
Hmm.
before things go wrong.
Yeah.
Brayden, I see your
But
little
that's-
dog.
But
eye
still,
that's
is
just
going
you
like-
would just for a couple of seconds, in order to create an entire reality where physics would still work, where everything would basically
Well,
still
see, maybe
work.
that's the thing. Maybe that's the
Mhm.
thing. Maybe physics don't work the way they actually do.
Well, how would physics then work? Because
Well, then, see, we don't know if we're in a simulation.
Well,
Well,
in
we-
order to
Crabby got me
have
thinking.
okay, in order to be simulated, we would have to pretty much we would have to have another reality that evolved to the point where they created a simulation. So we would have to have the odds of something becoming technically advanced enough to
Yeah.
simulate a new reality.
But you,
Perhaps
you
like
see
the
here, you see here, listen here, child. So basically, what if like nothing that's in this world is the exact same like as what it is in the world that's giving us the simulation to our own minds, and like our minds are just temporarily like mind wiped to the point that we don't remember anything outside of the simulation. But when we
Yeah.
wake up, we remember literally everything. So like that's why whenever you die, you just like wake up somewhere else. Apparently, is what they say and all that.
Yeah.
See, now
Well,
that
would
that
make sense,
doesn't seem
but
impossible.
I can actually prove that theory wrong with a theory that I previously had. So
Let's hear it.
so virtual reality, right?
Uh-huh.
So there was an anime called
Yes.
SAO, Sword Art Online, where basically
Yes,
instead
I've
of
seen
just it
that.
being instead of just virtual
When you die in
reality,
the game, you die in real life.
yeah, you die in
Guys.
real life. Well, I actually proved how
Well, see,
that
what
could
about
actually
this?
exist. The only way that would be able to physically exist, or Sword Art Online for it to physically exist, is if you were to somehow be able to manipulate the conscience, like take a photograph image of the conscious for a while, but then transplant like an exact copy of that consciousness to the virtual world where that consciousness then experienced, things like what happened in Sword Art Online, where it would manipulate on its own and evolve on its own.
Yeah,
Can
you
I
see,
say three words? Can I say
But
three
you
words?
you would not
You said more than
actually
three
James
words.
taking
Cameron's
the
Avatar.
Yes, Brayden.
The wheelbarrow.
Yes.
Oh, that is a nice wheelbarrow. Okay, but
So what about this?
Continue.
Well,
Continue.
I have a question for you all. Do any of you believe in the multiple worlds theory?
No.
Or the
well, it was
I don't know,
actually proven true, wasn't it?
Is
was
it that the
proven true.
multiverse theory?
well,
Yeah.
not necessarily, because
Well, it wasn't
they
proven
were
true, but there were
scientists.
signs of it. There were signs of it.
There are signs that there are multiple worlds, because scientists
Mandela-
they were like looking at electrons or something, but then electrons passed a different way than they should have, and they said, what if this came from a world where time passes the opposite way that time passes here?
Yeah.
Okay,
That-
hold on. You
that
said
technically
something
could be
about the
true.
Mandela
So
effect.
instead of
crowd.
going, that's what, yeah. So basically, the Mandela Effect is basically just that going into motion, like different parts of different realities, just like synchronizing into our own reality. Therefore, changing history by like things that we remember, but aren't actually the way that we remember it. Because like from then on, like it's either somebody has already invented time travel, but we don't know of it yet, or it's a different reality crossing into our own, therefore changing it so that what we
See,
knew
time
back
travel is
Time
another.
travel would be impossible.
Time travel is another doozy. Well,
Yeah.
there's no at our level of intelligence and our level of technology right now, it's impossible to say that time travel, interdimensional travel, extended space travel is impossible at this point right now.
Well, I mean, it is impossible technically.
Yeah, at this point.
Because you
but-
would have to alter both reality. Well, okay, I'm
Well,
not
see,
saying
what
it's
about
it's not impossible, but
because
to
the closer
actually
you are to the speed of light,
to actually
the faster
achieve
time passes.
But okay, what I'm saying is the idea that you can travel forward in time, but if you were to travel back in time, that would actually destroy everything as we know of it, because you would have to be able to manipulate not only reality, you'd have to be able to manipulate the mind. You have to, almost like the Infinity Gauntlet,
You also have to
uh,
think
Yeah.
about there aren't saves of the world. You can't just like, oh, go back in time and this gets destroyed.
exactly.
It's
You have
easier
to
to think about
manipulate.
going forward and
Mhm.
things get added on, but to
Yeah.
go back, then where would everything in front of that go? That
Mhm.
has to go
Well, see,
somewhere.
that's another part because
Yeah.
in theory, there are technically two types of time travel. The time travel, or two general types of time travel. The
The
time
two.
travel where you can go back in your time and affect
Mhm.
things, and
Mhm.
things
But if
may or
you
may
if
not change,
well,
or the
here's the
type
thing. If you were
where
to
you do
go,
not go back in time, but rather
mhm,
you go into an alternate world that
yeah.
progressed the
Well,
same exact way that your world did.
there's actually a third one, which is you transfer your conscious back to the body of where it was,
Yeah,
back to its body, to another to the
which would
body of
mean
your
that you
past.
couldn't go.
But
Yeah,
that
which
still would be
means
out of
that you couldn't
proportionate.
go. Yeah,
So you're just saying you would like inhabit another person in the past?
You would inhabit yourself
no, you
from
would
the
have it
past.
your own body in the
So
past or
you would
future,
so you would be limited to like before you were born?
It's
and
basic
after you die.
Yeah, you
like
just
a
become
more
a
boring.
fetus. You just
Hmm.
straight up become a fetus, bro.
It's basically a more boring version of Avatar where you live the same life.
Yeah,
Interesting. Hmm. I mean, it's to me the only thing that could make sense is the going forward thing, where you just speed it up, and you
Yeah.
are brought out of this time circle that everyone else is in. Going back, not so much. But I could see somehow. I mean,
I can see that happening.
It's either
okay,
that or
That's
some
that's
guy is
it's
stopping time and then
yeah.
changing everything without us knowing.
Mm.
So there was an interesting experiment. It's pretty well known, but where they took the pair of twins and sent one into space and kept one on Earth.
Oh yeah, I
And by
learned
the
about that in
time,
second grade.
yeah, by the time they came back, one of them they were different ages because time had passed differently.
Yeah, time passes differently in yeah, in
Yeah,
such
so
situations.
using that kind of mechanic, there could be some loophole that someone eventually finds, but that could be, millions of years away.
So technically, what you're
But
saying is that time travel has already been invented. It's just like Mother Nature, though.
Yeah, it's Mother
it's
Nature.
been
it's a
it's
lamer
yeah
version of time travel where you don't
it's
age as
natural,
much but come back. Yeah.
Yeah,
not
time.
Mhm.
necessarily time travel, but unnatural passage of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Technically,
There you go.
What if black holes were just
I mean,
like
what are black holes though?
oh yeah, okay, hold up, Steve, look
according
at
to
saying this
theory,
in one.
that's like one of the things we know almost nothing, if anything, about. We, according to theory, it it's not a wormhole, but it warps. It warps things.
See,
It,
in
it, it
theory,
warps things.
Mhm.
basically just something that makes it to where you go into your own, like, into a new creative world and then just, like, change your avatar.
Yeah.
Or it's
So
I mean,
technically a
so
vortex.
it would be
It's a
easier.
massive set.
It would be easier to actually transition worlds than it would be to alter time, basically.
Yeah.
okay, but
Yeah.
if space is nothing, then what would a black hole be something then?
Yeah, because a black hole is a large or not a mass, but a large epicenter of gravity.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
the theory is that while you're inside a black hole, you are able to see both the beginning of time and the end of time. So in
Yeah,
order to
that's what the event
manipulate,
horizon is.
yeah, And so in order to, actually be able to accomplish, time travel, you would need the power of a black hole,
Yeah.
I mean,
which would
there's
destroy
not even a
And
everything.
black hole
even then,
reachable
that's
within
not
our
experiencing
lifetime.
other times. That's seeing other
Yeah,
times.
that's just seeing it. Merely seeing
Yeah,
it, you would need the
Guys, I
power of
have
a
an
black
answer
hole.
to all of these theories.
let's
What?
hear him.
Rick and Morty.
Ooh, wow.
It's kind of
Everybody's
funny.
got a
Lubba dub
portal
dub.
gun. Lubba
Wubba
dub.
lubba dub dub. Morty.
Morty.
I mean, even in
Morty.
that, they kill their past selves, right? So
No, they
No,
didn't kill
not
them.
past
The
selves.
past selves.
Alternate selves.
Yeah.
alternate. I don't know, alternate. So
hmm
yeah,
hmm
interesting. Huh. I mean, do you think we can colonize Mars? That's another thing. Is there
We can,
another
but
place out
it
there
won't
for us?
happen. It wouldn't happen for like another good maybe 100 years, I'd say.
So basically,
Hey,
everything
here.
that happens in Rick and Morty has a chance of happening. Other than the time travel thing in season 4, where they go to like the snake world.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, but
So in
we
theory, Rick and Morty is probably the most correct, physically correct, show that's ever existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
In,
so much
almost
thought has been put
scientists
into
theory,
that.
in
Not
theory.
only
Yeah.
not only plot. Yeah.
hmm
Not only plot, but comedy wise.
But
hmm
oh, good God. Okay, but if Earth is trashed and we might not be able to turn it around,
Yes,
is there
Earth is
another
trash.
is there another place for us to go?
Hell.
It's called Mars.
Hell.
Hmm, interesting.
But
I
yeah,
think we can
Mars.
all take pride in the
Mars.
fact that we will all
Mars
be dead.
is possible, but what I'm majorly concerned about with Mars is the gamma radiation coming from it. Yeah.
Yeah, we
and
would
how come
have to
nobody think
make.
that Mars is flat? How come there's no flat Marsers, huh?
Yeah. How come
That's true.
there ain't no flat Mars? And also,
Hey, all planets
it
were made
doesn't have.
equally. Where's the flat Mars
uh
community?
It doesn't have a what I'm saying is that it doesn't have the natural water source that the world has. So basically, we're screwed if we go to
Well,
Mars.
I
see
mean,
that
you also
we're
have to
not
think about.
quite sure of because there still could be underground water reserves because science
Yeah.
proves that at one point there was water on Mars,
hmm
on the surface of Mars, technically speaking. There could still be water underground reserved,
Yeah.
The other
but
thing
we
is we
don't
have
know.
to think about the conservation of materials because on Earth there's pretty much a set amount of things, and it's
hmm
a massive amount, but still that's pretty fixed because outside of Earth there's nothing.
Yeah.
So unless we find a way to make water and air and all that pretty much out of almost nothing,
hmm
Well, see,
then we
that's
could have
that's
a
the
chance.
thing. Like
Guys, it's
plants,
called
like
evaporated water. It's
Yeah.
called just add water.
Add
I
water,
mean,
bro.
it's just add
just
water, but
stir and
where
add
do you
water.
get
It's
that
just
water?
you just need to take a
Yeah.
massive shit.
Like
I mean,
the first
we could
colonies
probably
get to
It's
Mars.
doo doo
Hey,
sacrifice.
water.
hey, boss,
You
what
know,
do we do? Just add water and stir.
add doo doo water, bro.
Yeah,
Guys, okay, guys,
Just
I figured it out. I
we
figured
just
it
use
out.
We just use Belle Delphine's bathwater.
oh
Guys,
God,
I figured it out.
what
I
does it
figured
say?
out the problem. Okay, so basically, we just get every single person on Earth to go to Mars and then just pee into a reservoir and then just get a Zilter filter and put all the pee in that Zilter filter to make it zero.
Okay,
No, but then we have to
Sweet.
let that evaporate. We have to
Then
let that evaporate.
we
So
could
then
finally drink
that starts
our
this
crush's
actual
pee.
cycle of water on
We can
Mars.
legally drink our
that's true.
crush's pee then.
Okay, then that's another
Problem
podcast.
solved, everybody.
It's a
Have you
win-win-win.
guys seen or read The Martian?
Did
The
you guys know
Martian.
that it's safer
I've
to drink
both.
pee than Belle Delphine's bathwater? Don't ask me how I know that.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
then.
Wait, you mind repeating that real quick?
So, some people proved that it's safer to drink your own pee than it is Belle Delphine's bathwater.
Well, I mean,
Because
it is because people
people
got
got
AIDS from drinking that, bro.
no, it wasn't AIDS. It was herpes.
Oh, it was herpes. My bad.
Still didn't
I mean,
happen,
same
but
thing, just
okay.
different names.
That AIDS is not herpes. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Um,
It's just, you know,
AIDS weakens your metabolism. Herpes is just like I don't know what herpes are.
herpes. They're the
okay,
same
but
thing, just different names, my dude.
it's really not okay.
It is.
Simon, what did you
Prove
think
me
of The
wrong.
Martian?
I
Yo,
think that
don't.
it's possible. Like that whole. Remember that whole part where he like started planting potatoes?
Uh-huh.
That if it wouldn't have caught on fire, I genuinely believe that would have worked.
Guys, so
And
basically the reason it caught fire was because they didn't have Irish people plant the potatoes. You have to have
Oh
Irish
yeah, bro.
people plant
You
potatoes.
need to have the Irish.
Either
or
You need
Irish
to have
Idaho,
or
them
They
Irish
got
hoes.
Idahoans.
strats.
If
Okay.
Or
if you
people
ain't
from
got them
Idaho.
if you ain't got them Irish hoes, then you ain't got no hoes.
Okay. I think listen very carefully, kids. I think we should be afraid of the Swedes. Would you
The
like to know
Swedens?
why?
Why?
Yeah, the
Yes.
Swedish people. Because, first of all,
Is it about
they
the
were one of the
Duolingo thing? Is it about the
no, no, no,
Duolingo
no,
thing?
no,
Oh,
no. This
okay.
is not about the Duolingo thing. They first of all, they stay neutral. Second of all, they tunnel. Have you seen the tunnels that the Swedes make? They will
You mean
tunnel
the trenches or the
out.
tunnels?
Isn't
Okay,
that
The trenches or
Tunnels.
the
random?
I know what
tunnels?
you're
I'm not
talking
done.
about. I know
I
what you're
am
talking
not
about.
done. Listen,
Trenches or
their border.
tunnels?
No,
That's German.
tunnel. No, 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 no.
Okay.
Their border is filled with explosives. If someone attacks them, they can just destroy the entire border and then move to the mountains. Do you
Mhm.
True that.
understand?
Okay,
True
okay,
that.
here's the thing. Here's the problem with moving to the mountains, alright? In the mountains, it's actually you're not able to grow any food source. They
No,
would
no,
have
no,
no food
Joby. They
source.
don't move into the mountains. They move under the mountains because that's where the
Oh
tunnels
dang.
are.
Oh
They, they have
bro.
bunkers. Okay, if
Okay,
you're
okay,
in
hold on,
Sweden,
Brayden.
no, no,
Brayden,
no.
you want to know
Yes,
something? You want to know something?
yes.
It's not scary. It's just called big brain gamer moves.
I mean,
Okay.
okay, they have literally cannons hidden in
They're
hillsides
dude.
pointed at
Basically, all
bridges.
they're doing is playing Call of Duty in real life. Like that's
America literally invented the atomic bomb, alright? And I don't think
yeah, but
they're
who
too
invented the
willing.
Tsar Bomba, the
Listen,
biggest
listen.
bomb that's
Russia.
Sweden,
Russia.
yeah,
Sweden, Sweden
Russia.
once built a bridge with, I think it was Germany, and Germany did not know, but Sweden laced the entire bridge with explosives so they could just destroy it at will.
Yeah.
Do you understand
Claymores.
how mad lad that is?
That is
Yeah,
crackhead
basically,
energy.
basically
I
all
mean,
Swedish people are mad lads.
all Swedish people is just PewDiePie.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
That's all they are.
Case closed. Case closed.
imagine, okay,
Hmm.
Oh,
imagine if they
Brayden,
get to the
Brayden,
moon.
case
They will
closed.
just,
Case closed. Nothing else. You can't say anything else. It's case closed. All Swedish people are just like big brain gamers. Okay,
Yeah,
they're all
they
mad
are.
lads.
all Swedish
Okay,
people are just PewDiePie with
if
different genders.
Swedish people get to the moon, we will never see them again. They will just like tunnel into the moon and
They're
just
gonna
stay
tunnel
there.
into the moon. They're little groundhogs, bro.
Why do you
They're gonna
think?
Okay.
Groundhogs.
Why?
They
Why do you
earthworms.
guys? Why do you
No,
think? Why do
Sweden
you think?
establishes a national space travel agency. 2 days later, the whole of the Swedish population is all like, "Oh, I'm right. I'm gonna head out."
This is Sweden is just gone, and they're all on the moon.
Sweden is
Sweden
just
just
gone.
books it.
They're
Sweden
like,
just books
Germany's
it.
like,
You never see Sweden again.
Germany's like,
Sweden
so
just,
can we have this? Is
yeah,
this
they're like,
ours
go
now?
ahead, take it. We're done here. We're going up there.
Yeah, they just book it out of there, bro.
The ultimate
Me,
neutral zone.
me and the boys going to the moon.
We
Oh,
got
Me
our
and the boys at
IKEA.
3 a.m.
Oh
going
my
to the
god,
moon.
moon
Brita.
IKEA.
Moon IKEA.
Puta Brita.
that's
Um,
too good. Moon
oh god.
IKEA. That's at
Moon
the
IKEA.
if like in the
Swedish moon.
future, like space
Just
travel,
Swedish
you want
moon.
to go to Venus, got to be like, you got to check out at the Moon IKEA first.
You gotta
Yeah,
check
I'm
out at
telling you.
British
Come on,
IKEA.
guys, let's go on a intergalactic road trip. Oh, let's make sure to stop at the moon, IKEA.
Build your own spaceship.
Yes.
Dude,
Okay,
dude. Okay, the only person that can make space travel possible is Miss Fritter. Case closed.
No, it's Elon
Oh.
Musk, my dude. It's Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, my man.
you not-
He will get us
did
to
you
Mars
not-
or bust.
Oh, you guys want to know what Elon Musk agreed to?
What?
What?
So basically, there's this one YouTuber. He tweeted at Elon Musk to, like, he said, "Hey Elon, I just wanted to ask you if you could put an anime flag on the moon."
Oh,
No,
bro, I
no
heard
real
about
reason.
that.
Elon
Bro.
Musk was like, "I got you."
Oh, that's
Just like,
amazing.
I got you, fam.
Wait, do you know
And then-
Elon Musk? He made a satellite that looked like the Corvette, and he just launched it out there. And so now somewhere there's a Corvette orbiting the moon or orbiting the
Hold on.
Earth.
No,
Are you
it's a
talking
te-
about?
it-
Are you
no,
talking
it's the
about
first Tesla Roadster.
Sir.
Yeah, it's the
sir,
Tesla.
It is a Tesla
That's not a
Roadster,
Corvette.
and it's not
That's
even a
not a
satellite.
Yeah, whatever.
The
I
Mag
didn't
Lab
know.
just
It was a car.
launched
It was a
car
red
into
car.
space.
It was a red car. It was a
Okay.
car.
It wasn't a satellite. The guy just did it because he could.
You know,
Oh, I
Crab,
got it. I
think
got it.
you've
I'm
made
sending
this
it.
whole podcast this much more entertaining.
Bro, I
If
sent
it
the moon
weren't
to
for you, we
Brayden.
wouldn't be on this topic right now.
Yeah.
He helped
I am
us,
the
you know?
almighty intellectual crab, and I have made it to where human consumption has been.
Mhm.
He's like the GS. He's the Jesus of GApps.
End card time.